Hello, my fellow gamers. This is a little update. You'll be watching my Suicune raid on right about here. So enjoy that while you listen to me talk or watch me talk and that. We've had some changes. Obviously, we have Suicune now in the North America, so that's what you're watching. This is the very first Suicune raid I did. It is actually when I actually got Suicune, so I finally have Suicune. Now, some new changes in Pokemon Go. We had the Halloween event, which we had new Pokemon show up like Sableye, Duskull, and a plethora of other type of spooky Pokemon. Well, new changes happened yesterday with the raid bosses. That's right, new changes to the raid bosses. There's a list that you can go find on Reddit, and there's a few other places where you can find it. Some of the YouTubers are checking it out and seeing it. But there are new raid bosses are out now. Now today, which is Sunday, I did go do 2 raids with the new raid bosses. I did a raid boss where I got Wartortle, which is kind of interesting. But to me, when I'm looking at this new list, I'm trying to figure out what the heck Niantic is doing. I mean, some of them are interested, like Polygon would be a nice raid boss to have. But all the other ones, I already have them, or they're not that hard to get. They're like, all you gotta do is like evolve your Pokemon. Which is interesting, is that's all you gotta really do. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. Um, so, yeah, as you're watching this raid right here, it is the first Suicune raid, and this is the one Pokemon I actually did one of the legendary beasts. I did like Raikou and I did like Entei, but this is the one I actually really, really, really want to make sure that I at least got one of them, and I do got my one. So if I do more raids on it, that'd be cool. I'll get more of them and get a lot more. What's kind of funny is that this time yesterday I was getting ready to go back to back to a different town, which is Junction, and there I went to my last Entei battle in Grand Junction, and just basically got that. I got number 5. Now I have 9 Rakus. I got 5 Enteis and I got 1 Suicune. So that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna try to get more Suicunes. I like that one. Is the one I like the most. In fact, I actually have Pokemon Crystal, which is the one where he appears. So that's great. I'm trying to. Maybe that's better. So there we go. So yeah, I did Suicune raid yesterday. What was funny about I'll tell you what happened. Is on the weekends is usually when I raid. I raid on Saturday and Sundays because that's the days that I can actually go out and raid. And most of the time I'm working. I actually have a job. I work, so I don't have the ability to just go out and raid anytime there's a new raid. I wish I could. That'd be fun. But I can't. I can't raid at any time. So when it comes down for me raiding, it is mostly done on the weekends. So yesterday, which is Saturday, I decided I was going to go to the town next door, which is Montrose, from where I was at, and raid there. We did have one Suicune that showed up while I was there. Nobody showed up for that thing. Nobody. As I was coming back into Delta, which is where I was at the time, I noticed another raid boss was going to appear. I was like, yay, another raid boss. And it was Suicune. And all of a sudden this guy's like giving me crap because I left Montrose. I'm like, well, that's because I live near Delta. It's like I went home. Luckily enough, we got 8 people to show up for this raid. We raided. It didn't get down to the wire, but it did do pretty good. And I ended up getting Suicune. So as you can see, that's what's happening right here. But like I said, I'm going to talk more about what has happened in Pokemon Go. The new raid bosses. For me, Polygon was a good one. Wartortle was okay. But having, as tier 4s, having Nidoking and Nidoqueen doesn't seem, I know they're hard to get because up until now you had to evolve them. There was not too many around in the wild, but I do have multiples of those, and I'm not gonna go to a 4-tier raid to get that particular Pokemon, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Like a Trantar, I really did like going to Trantar raids or Lapras, is because they're not in public. We don't find too many Laprases or Trantars, and is that we do get a lot of Lavatar, which turns into a Trantar eventually. So who knows what's going to happen? Maybe this is a way of Niantic's going to introduce more Laprases and like Laprases and Tranitars, and even who knows which ones that were tier 4 later now might spawn easier now than it was there before, because even Slowbro was, stuff like that. We just don't see him. I would like to actually see North America or in the raids, like raid bosses that are like region exclusives, like Genghis, the Genghis King, the one that's in Australia right now, or Mr. Mime. That'd be nice to have as raid bosses, because then we can, people who can't travel overseas or go out of the country can actually still get these Pokemon. So that might be nice. But for me, having a Suicune raid was awesome. That means I now have all 3 legendary beasts. That's really cool. I like having all 3 legendary beasts. It's really awesome. It's really nice. But that's something you can look into for Pokemon Go, is the new raids. Now, if the new raid bosses are like really high powered and are more than what you have in your Pokedex, that might work. But if you're working just to complete your Pokedex, then this is not the play. I mean, yes, I would like to get 4 more polygons, and so I can get the evolution on M, but I don't know, guys. This seems kind of weird that they all of a sudden have these new raid bosses that seem, in most cases, most of them seem like they're just ones that we don't really need to have as a raid boss. Like I said, I would like to see some region exclusives become raid bosses, like ones that region exclusives in in America, maybe, or in like Europe, and they have those raid bosses, so that way they can do stuff. But yeah, new raid bosses. The event's over. I do believe they're going to have a Thanksgiving event, so look for that one this month, and then of course the Christmas event most likely will be happening. And in December we'll begin Gen 3 Pokemon that has been confirmed, so we'll be seeing Gen 3 Pokemon. So look for that in the next couple of months. So as always, keep playing the games. If you're playing Pokemon Go, keep going out and walking. Have a fun and wonderful day.